Hey, good morning, guys. This is Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA, just leaving Marble Falls, Texas on Highway 1431 going west towards Granite Shoals, Kingsland. It's about 10:15 a.m. Just finished doing my walking. It's 43 top-up degrees. And I want to give you an update on my using an RV refrigerator as an ice chest, i.e. that is unplugging the refrigerator or turning it off and putting a 10-pound bag of ice in the refrigerator so that you don't need any power. Well, yesterday morning about 9 o'clock or so in the morning, I put a 10-pound bag of ice in my 3.1 cubic foot refrigerator in my 2018 Coachman Clipper Cadet 16-foot front bedroom RV. I double bag. First, I put it in just the bag just to see if it fit. It fit in the top shelf fine. And then it seemed to be a little moisture around the bag, so I double bagged it because I didn't want water to be dripping on whatever was in the refrigerator. After a few hours in the afternoon, about 4, I checked it a few times just to see what the inside temperature was. It was holding the inside temperature, just the bag of ice, about 46 degrees. And the outside temperature was about 74. That's not too bad. However, the downside of using that, it would work. If you needed it, if you had to use it, you could. In an emergency, you could. However, there is a lot of condensation, so you're going to have some, quote, moisture issues. I even tried putting it in a plastic container in the bottom of the refrigerator, and I still had condensation on the sides and so forth. Really bad. I mean, it's an ice box, you know. The ice is melting, and there's what's giving you your coolness. But anyway, overall, I would give that project, for me, about a 3 on a 10 scale. So therefore, I have a Dometic CF18 12-volt refrigerator that I run using my solar setup when I've been camping in the past, in my pickup with the camper top. So we'll go with that, and I'll use the refrigerator for storage or something. But the ice, using an RV refrigerator as an ice box, using a 10-pound bag of ice, will work as a temporary measure, because I let it go all night, and the only thing I had was a little moisture. Of course, I put a towel in the bottom of the refrigerator, and it wasn't all that wet. It was damp this morning. So yeah, you could do it. You could do it if you had to for any reason. But as far as a way of life on a regular basis, no, I don't think that's a good plan at all. But at least I know now. I didn't have to wait till I got on the road here in March to find out. And I will do that with some other things. In fact, before I go, I will totally dry camp in my travel trailer for a few days at my home base where I have a full hookup. And I'll do that just to be sure that everything's going according to plan. But I found out there's several things I don't need. You know, for one, the television is not a necessity, even though I've got a 12-volt, 19-inch TV that uses virtually no energy. I mean, it's like, I can't remember. It's in 5 hours, I think it uses maybe an amp. I mean, it's nothing. So, but I don't watch much TV. I was going to watch maybe some YouTube stuff. So we'll test that, and that'll be we're ready. I could go right now. There's no doubt. It's just the weather's not conducive to good, comfortable camping right now. A little bit too cool even in the areas that I'm going or plan to go, which is primarily New Mexico and the middle and southern New Mexico in March, and then April, May kind of gradually just slowly move on up northern New Mexico. So I'll be there in northern New Mexico in the summer, and maybe over into southeastern Utah also. We'll see how all that goes. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little slow cruising and see what happens. But so far so good, no complaints. I'm liking my 2018 Coachman Clipper Cadet just fine. In fact, I was thinking about it yesterday. In a few years, or a year or two or three or whatever, what would be my next step? And I'm not sure. I mean, of course, a lot of it is contingent upon my health. I'm 72 years old, and as long as I've got my health and the energy to do this sort of thing, then I will do it. I guarantee you. Why? Because it gives me something to do. You know, the reason people decline so rapidly after they retire is they're not able to keep themselves busy mentally and physically, and your body needs to be moved and used. If it ain't used, it's going. But so as long as I've got my health, I'll probably do something like that. As far as getting maybe a Class C, I doubt it. I can't see that happening. I've looked at them real close. They just don't fit my lifestyle because they're not designed to be parked for extended periods of time. And since I have a home base in Central Texas, my routine is park the RV at my home base in October, be there through the middle of March, and then go out of the Texas heat for several months. And that's kind of the routine I want to continue. So that, my friends, is that. But it isn't a bad day. It's 41 degrees now. Supposed to be in the middle 50s, upper 50s this afternoon. Maybe the sun will break through the clouds and raise the temperature. But this is typical for February. This is not unusual in Texas. It's much better than most other places in the United States. You get out into Arizona, southern Arizona, it's better now. But it's for those of us that camp, that can be a pretty crowded area. And I like the privacy of my home base. I have more privacy there than I have when I'm out camping. But it wasn't luck. If you plan it and you execute it, it's not luck. And I was looking for a place with a little privacy that backed up to a ranch or some government property that would give me privacy for an extended period of time. And I found it, and I bought it. And it's worked out very well so far. But living in a 16-foot travel trailer is okay. This is the smallest travel trailer I've lived in. The next to this one would be, I had a 19-foot kit, something Sportsman, a cheapo, and I lived in it. I lived in it for about 12 years. And I had a 26-foot travel trailer, then I had a fifth wheel. Then I bought a 26-foot Jayco in 2013, kept it for about 4 years. So I've had a few different models, but the smaller ones for me work fine. The plan for the larger ones was that I sometimes might have my boys or grandson with me, and that didn't happen. And that's the way that is. I knew some people one time, these two ladies that were widows, and they owned some property that I rented an RV and lived in on their property. several years ago, and they built. In fact, what they'd done, the RV, they had added a big wooden deck and a cover and all kind of stuff, so that when their, quote, children came to visit, they would have a place to sleep with some privacy. Well, as it turned out, they never showed up, so that's why they rented it, and that's how I ended up staying there. I stayed there several months, and really enjoyed it. They were really nice. Yeah. They would cook for me, and there was a big chopping block in their garage, big block of like a tree stump, but a big one about 36 inches around, and it was all varnished and so forth. Really an attractive piece of wood. But they would whenever they cooked or whatever they did, they would leave me a microwavable plate, you know, with a cover and everything, and they would set it on that chopping block so that when I came in later tonight or whenever I drug up, I would always check that. They said always check, because if we have anything left, we'll let you have it. But man, I lived like a god. I mean, they would fix cornbread, beans, and they had meatloaf. I mean, it was all kind of. I mean, they had actual food. Okay, not like what I eat now. It was really good. I mean, it was tasty. I think they enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed eating it. They were good friends. I'd be sitting on the patio having a beer sometimes. There was one of them that was really an old crusty broad. Her mouth was worse than mine, but she'd pull up in her golf cart, because they had, I think, 6 acres, and they'd ride around on that property in a golf cart. But anyway, she'd pull up in front of the patio, and we'd visit for a long time. Sometimes she'd have a beer or two, and then we'd really get going. Yeah, that was really, really a fun, interesting time. They were a couple of characters. One of them had been a college professor, and the other one had been a beautician, and but their husbands and them they were good friends and did a lot of things together, and over a period of years their husbands died off, and one of them had acquired that property. They lived in Houston, but they had acquired that. One of them had acquired that property to come up and live on when they retired. And then her husband died, and so the other one, when her husband died, they decided, well, hell, they just go together and live on that property, and they did. They worked out an arrangement with the bills and stuff, which was great. But yeah, they were a couple of characters, I guarantee you. Another little reminiscence there. Kingsland, Texas, unincorporated community in central Texas, lakefront community on the Colorado River, Lake LBJ. I'm going to check the mail, guys. I've been by there the past few days, and the moth flew out. Healthy looking moth, though. Stout. But if you want to send a letter or something in the mail, it's P.O. Box 1446, Kingsland, Texas, 78639. But don't send stuff, because I ain't got any place to put it. Kingsland, Texas. Also, for you guys that use the Amazon link, I do really appreciate it. I mean, without that now, if it wasn't for the little bit of money I make out of Amazon, I might, I'd be, as far as going traveling, it would be a little slim pickings. But it's all fine right now, guys. We're doing just fine and dandy, like Hard Rock candy. Anyway, I'll back in here so I can get out. This place is, the people that come in here, the average age is probably about 90. That's what you call a slight exaggeration, but anyway, Anyway, guys, there goes a girl limping across in front of me with a walking cast on. Why do women wear those tight pants? Is that a new thing? I see that a lot. You know, some of them look okay in them, and some of them, wow. I mean, yeah, but everything's tight fitting on women now, a lot of them. But anyway, having said that, from Central Texas, USA, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, but use the link to Amazon products in the description of my video. I appreciate it. I'm an Amazon affiliate. I get a little commission, but it doesn't cost you a dime. It may be a little inconvenient, but if it's not too much trouble and you're going to buy something from Amazon anyway, why not? Anyway, drink plenty of water, take deep breaths, stretch, walk. I just finished my walking and I've done my stretching. And yeah, the simple things are drink plenty of water, take deep breaths because that relieves stress. You'll breathe out slowly. And then stand guard at your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. Anyway, guys, enjoy your day. From Central Texas, adios, bye-bye.